sir. Yes, sir. We live. We back, man. Welcome back. Or just welcome if it's your first time here. I'm your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. This is the Golden Goose DFS experience, man. Where we specialize in single entry, 3 max, and 20 max content, man. If that's your particular style of play, man, you found the right home. But even if it's not, man, even if you're a 150 maxer, cash game player, double up, does not matter. If you play NBA DFS at all, this is one of the best spots you can be in, man. Trust me on that. You will not be sorry. Hit that subscribe button. Turn your notification bell on so you can be here rocking with me whenever the content drops, man. How y'all doing on this Saturday, man? Yeah, weekend content. Got a nice slate of games tonight. We here, man. We are here. I appreciate you tuning in. Y'all doing your thing in that like button, man. So let's keep it going, man. Let's see if we can get to 150. I'm only asking because y'all did close to 120 yesterday. So we might as well shoot for 150. It's a Saturday. Y'all ain't got to work. Hopefully you off, you know what I mean? Should be a few more eyes on this video. Let's get to 150 likes, man. It's greatly appreciated. I appreciate you for tuning in. You know what I always tell you, man. Hit that like button, get some good karma, get some good energy headed your way, man. And no matter how well you're doing in life, we could always use more of those things. So go on and hit that like button and get that energy headed your way, all right? Let's get to it, man. But before we do, my little slight disclaimer, man. This is my starting 5 series where I give you 5 plays that's more than likely going to be in my player pool. I always say more than likely for one because y'all love to say, you put them in the video and you didn't play them. Things happen, man. This is coming out 7 in the morning, man. News happens, all right? So you're going to get news all throughout the day, man. Before lock, after lock. So you have to be tuned in so you can adjust your lineups accordingly, all right? That being said, we're going to get right to it. But before we do, we got the lineup review. Going over my best lineups from yesterday's slate. We do my highest scoring lineup and we do a review of my single entry lineup. All right. This is my highest scoring lineup. Good day yesterday. Good day. Double up day. Always a good day when you can double up the old buy-in there. This is my highest scoring lineup. 337 here. This is in the $1.20 max. Came in 93rd place. And, 2 big slip-ups at the top we didn't have to have here. Kyle Lowry, 6% on, 22 fantasy points. I was rushing before lock, man. Had to throw something in and didn't really get to comb through my player pool like I wanted. I just wanted to make sure I was high on the guys I was high on. So my favorite plays yesterday, I told the gang my core 3, so to speak. My favorite 3 plays were Kyle Kuzma, Rashawn Holmes, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Loved them guys. I wanted to be heavy on them. Got to plenty of them. But in this particular lineup, we had Kyle Lowry. Like I said, if I had caught this and could comb through my player pool like I normally do, I probably wouldn't have either of these 2 guys at the top. But we got him here, man. 6% on Kyle Lowry, 5,700. Came back from a rest day into the starting lineup. Only 22 fantasy points here from us. Definitely needed more. Definitely could have got more for a cheaper price, or could have got similar production for a cheaper price, which could have got me up from my next play. Bryce McGowan's here, 3,100. I know we was just searching for value, trying to squeeze these top plays in here, but definitely wasn't high on Bryce McGowan's. When he was chalk before we got the starting lineup, I told the guys, man, he is easily fadeable. I don't care if he starts. He is just, the production just does not, is this not there. But at 3,100, if you want to take a shot on, I wouldn't be mad at you, because if he get you 20 fantasy points, 18, it's something you can use. But did neither of the fact. 4 fantasy points from him at 3,100. Miles Bridges, Told you all yesterday, man, that first game, that Charlotte-Washington game was that everybody was going to be at. And you had to have some pieces from that game, man. We got to a good amount of miles bridge yesterday as well. 25% on. Gave you 57 fantasy points. Nice double from him in this spot. Davis Bertans, just another value piece in that game that's been in the rotation. Was okay getting to some of them. We had him in a couple of spots. Worked out well for us. Shout out to the homegirl balls in the chat for bringing him up. 12% on, man. 28 fantasy points. Definitely a take that from here. A solid value piece on yesterday's slate. Rashawn Holmes, everybody's chalk, or should have been everybody's chalk once we got that starting lineup. My original center was Nick Richards. I was going to play some Nick Richards just because they're going against the Washington Wizards. But once we got that news Rashawn Holmes was in, it was just a lock. I had Holmes in everything. I told the gang just play all the Holmes you can, man. Very solid for you. Almost 10x'd here. 35 fantasy points. DeJounte Murray, I told you on the video yesterday, I was going to go back to him, man. I knew people was going to be tripping and the ownership was going to be down a little bit because he hasn't had those big performances. But he's going against the Memphis Grizzlies here. I don't know what y'all expected, man. Got to plenty of my boy DeJounte Murray, 65 fantasy points in this spot. Kyle Kuzma, my favorite player on yesterday's slate. A lot of people, he was chalk, but he was good chalk, man. 36% on, gave you 56 fantasy points here. I almost got the triple-double for us. Needed another assist and 2 more rebounds there, but definitely a nice outing from him in this spot. And then Jared Allen, man, like I told y'all last time out, man, his usage and everything is just up when you take those 2 of the other guys off the court, whether it be Mobley and Garland or Mitchell and Garland. They run more of the offense through him, more dribble handoffs. He's involved heavily in the pick and roll. It's just Jared Allen's show why these guys are out, man. And he came through with a big one, 69 fantasy points, man. 33 real life points and 18 boards for Jared Allen in this spot. Nice game. Like I said, my best lineup, 337. This is my $5 single entry. It came in 75th place right here. At the top, man, Darius Garland. This was an optimizer play here. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I told the guys yesterday when we was building lineups, the optimizer just kept spitting out Garland, and I did not want to take him. I was trying my best to get off of him, but it was just spitting out heavy Darius Garland. Had been playing him. He been burning us. I knew I was going to play some of them, but not as much as they was giving me. But I let it ride here in this spot. He came through at 8% on, man. Almost a 50 burger from him. 49 fantasy points here. Vasily Micic, however you say it. He should have just... Anyway, he killed a lot of people yesterday, man. 68% on everybody's chalk as well. I talked about him in the video yesterday. He got the minutes, got 32 minutes. Just the production was not there. Only 20 fantasy points from him. But luckily, everybody had him, so it didn't kill you too bad that he missed for you. Brandon Miller, actually thought he would come in a little lower on in this spot. I thought the ownership would go to Micic and Bridges, and Grant Williams would get more of the ownership. I thought we could get Miller down into the 20s here, but 32% on, man. You know, I told you those popular game environments. I like to go to some of the lower owned pieces that people are not on, especially when they're capable of giving you a big performance. But Brandon Miller just did not get it done for us here. 31 fantasy points. He didn't kill us, but he didn't help us get to the top either. Kyle Kuzma, like I said, had plenty of Kuzma, 43% on, 56 fantasy points. Had 100% Rashawn Holmes, man, 35 from him. Went back to some Terry Rozier here after the big outing. Wasn't expecting that, but definitely thought he was a solid play going against a Thunder team who gives it up to the point guard position. He only gave us 29 fantasy points, but still solid at his price tag. Wish he could have gave me a little more here. Davis Bertans, once again, 9% on over here, 28 fantasy points. And then Jared Allen at the bottom, man, 9% on, 69 from him. Like I said, overall, good day over here on DraftKings. FanDuel, I think I just missed the money over there. But let's get to today's slate, man, on this Saturday. Got a nice 6-game slate across both sites. You know, I bring it to you how I see it right now. We got a lot of questionable tags, plenty of injury news that already came out that's shaping the slate. We got to see how the news progresses throughout the day. But for now, at the top, point guard, Chris Paul, man, 6,400. Listen, we got the news yesterday. Unfortunately, Steph Curry's going to be out for a little bit. Don't know quite how long, but set to miss a little bit of time. And everybody's anticipation, at least mine is too, right with that group, is Chris Paul steps into the starting role here at the point guard spot. Now, he doesn't have to. The Warriors have a lot of interchangeable parts over there. We seen Curry with 10, 11 man rotations, so he doesn't have to start, but more than likely he is, man. At 6,400, definitely gonna have to share the load here, as the void of Steph is gonna pass around a lot of usage, a lot of shots to the rest of the starting lineup. Everybody's gonna pick up some, and Chris Paul moved into the starting lineup should get him up over 30 minutes, man. He's a very capable point guard that has gotten it done for years in this league, and then you give him a gravy matchup like this against the Spurs with no Wembanyama back there. Man, I expect Chris Paul to get out here and work out against these Spurs. Sign me up at 6,400. Next up at the shooting guard, I want to look at Delano Batten. You kind of almost have to at this point, man. The Trailblazers are down so many guys. We've seen them get inserted into the starting lineup. Been playing big minutes as of late, averaging 30 minutes over the last 3 games. And last game, you just saw him turn in a monster performance, man. So you know what he's capable of. Then he gets a gravy matchup as well going against a horrible Toronto team, man. Sign me up for Delano Batten at 4,600. He's probably going to be chalky more than likely, especially coming off that huge performance, but I think it's solid chalk. As long as it don't get too crazy, you can sign me up for a lot of Delano Batten today. All right. At the small forward, has a questionable tag here by him. You know, provided he goes, which I think he will here in this spot, seeing that it's the Phoenix Suns. The Celtics been having a test as of late. Nuggets, now they got the Suns. We really going to see, trying to get a hold to kind of see what these teams look like. I like going back to Tatum. Coming off a bad game here. You got his sidekick, Jaylen Brown, who's questionable in this spot as well. Either one of them could miss, and it's just going to boost the other one. If Tatum misses, you can boost Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown misses, you can boost Tatum. I like going to Tatum, especially coming back off a bad game. Know he's getting up for the matchup against KD over here, and the price is dropping, man. Sign me up for Jason Tatum, man. You can always get to superstars. Remember that, guys. No matter the matchup, this is the NBA. You can always get to superstars. When they got it going, doesn't matter who they playing. Give me some Jason Tatum at 9,300. At the power forward spot, I want to go look at Kelly Olynyk, man. 6,700. I'm expecting I don't know what the ownership is going to be on him, man, because you didn't see the good and the bad. You didn't see him drop you 40. You didn't see him drop you 20. He's definitely a wild card, man. You don't know what you're in store for, but we do know that the minutes are going to be there, provided that Jakob Poeltl is still out. The minutes are going to be there, barring foul trouble or anything. Gravy matchup here against the Portland Trail Blazers team who gives it up to opposing centers. Sign me up. I'm going right back to Kelly Olynyk at 6,700. Then at the center, another popular piece, but no Wemby. Thanks, you go right back to Zach Collins. We saw him get 30 minutes last time out, perform solidly. He's always live for a double-double here in this spot. Good rebounder, solid defender. I like him in this matchup here. It's a tough matchup against the Golden State Warriors over here, but the pace and everything should benefit Zach Collins here. Give me Zach Collins at 5,800. There you have it, just starting 5 for DraftKings. Chris Paul, Delano Batten, Jason Tatum, Kelly Olynyk, and Zach Collins. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. You know they're going to be in mine, all right? Let's go take a look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. Hit that like button if you haven't done it already. Come on, man. What are we doing? At the top, staying with Chris Paul, 6,700. Slight price increase over here, but it should be his role, should be his team to help elevate and carry. They still need wins, man. This West is tough. They right there on the bubble in the play-in game, so in the play-in tournament, so to say. Pardon me. They're right there. They need these wins. This is a tough Western Conference. Sign me up for Chris Paul. Chris Paul should be getting the start with no Steph Curry. At the shooting guard, I want to look at Anthony Simons, man. 8,200. Just another wild card, man. You seen him. He can drop you 55 or he can drop you 25, man. Anthony Simons is straight up and down again. Primarily scoring. He will throw occasional good assist game in there, but it all comes from scoring. I'm okay with that going against a horrible defense in the Toronto Raptors, man. He's going to get whatever shot he wants when he wants. We just hope they're falling in this spot, and Anthony Simons has a big upside, major ceiling over here. I'm going to take some shots on him. Probably more of a 20 max play, but I may lean to him in my single entry as well to get different. At the small forward, I want to look at Kevin Durant. Now, we got Devin Booker news. He got upgraded to questionable. We'll have to see how that go. If Devin Booker plays, I will be probably be pivoting off of Kevin Durant in my single entries. I'll probably be still playing him. I'll still be playing him in my 20 max, but I'm going to like him a little less if Devin Booker plays. But if Devin Booker is out, you can sign me up for all the Kevin Durant, man. Similar to everybody else in this Western Conference. They got to win. I know it's a tough matchup against this Celtics defense, but like I just told you, you can play superstars against anybody. I'm sure he's going to get up for the game. They need to win. Tough matchup against the Celtics. A little battle between him and Jason Tatum, man. I like Kevin Durant in this spot. Gonna love him if Devin Booker is out. Sign me up for some KD at 9,900 as well. At the power forward, staying with Zach Collins, 6,800. Little price increase over here, but I still think it's within his striking range, man. He has 40 points in him. I think he got a 40-pointer in the bag, maybe a little more depending on how the game going. But you know the pricing is a little tougher over here. They all within the same price. You can go to Kelly O right here as well. He's like $100 cheaper. I like a little Draymond today too. You can go there as well. So they all priced pretty similar. I like going to Zach Collins, getting the start with no Wemby. Now at the center, man, it's tough over here on FanDuel. The center position is tough, man. You got Jokic. He's questionable. He could possibly be out, man. They've been playing well, picking up wins. They got this little win streak going. If there was ever a time to get him some rest, it could be right here against the Jazz. But he's probably going to play. We shall see how that news breaks out. But then you got Kristaps Porzingis I'm not in love with going against the Suns and battling with Nurkic down there. Claxton is priced probably too high for him, and Nurkic is getting up there. It's just tough at center. So I'm probably going to punt here at center. And the guy I'm looking at is Omar Yurtseven. Now, we definitely need that Walker Kessler news. He is questionable as well. They say he's trending towards coming back, but we shall see. If he plays, then I'm definitely getting up off of Yurtseven, and he should be hid on the bench. But if Kessler does not play, Yurtseven is the primary backup to John Collins. Quite possibly the starter, because they may not want to start Collins at the center spot, having to battle Jokic down there to start the game. So I'm thinking it's a possibility they could bring in Yurtseven. Now that's only one way his minutes improve. The other way is if they start John Collins and he's guarding Jokic and gets in foul trouble. He can pick up minutes that way. That's another way. If the Nuggets do what they've been doing and come out here and dominate, they can blow these Jazz out, and he can pick up minutes in a blowout. It's so many ways Yurtseven can pick up minutes here, but we're gonna need that Walker Kessler news. But definitely eyeing him. All right, if Walker Kessler plays, just get him out of here. Don't even worry about Yurtseven. But if Kessler is out, man, I'm looking at Yurtseven for a sneaky value piece. That's on both sites too as well. You can get to him on DraftKings, but we need that Kessler news, all right? There you have it, man. Just starting five for FanDuel. Omar Yurtseven, Zach Collins, Kevin Durant, Anthony Simons, and Chris Paul. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure gonna be in mine. Y'all know any questions, comments, concern. You just want to shoot me a shout out. Send a holler, say where you from. It does not matter, man. Hit me up below in the comment section. Holler at me on Twitter. I'll respond when I see it, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.